Hello, BookTube. Got a bit of a book haul. A little offbeat for me. Um, this came in the mail for me from the folks at Amazon, obviously from somebody else. It's a scarf. Absolutely no idea who sent it to me. I've asked a few of my relatives, uh, co-workers. No idea where it came from, but for whoever gave it to me, thank you. Star Trek scarf. How cool is that? So I went out today, did a little shopping, run around doing some errands. I stopped at Barnes and Noble, and they were having their post-Christmas sales, so I thought I'd walk in and see what they had. The first thing I did, I'll grab it here, is I grabbed a journal. What does it say? Peter Popper Press, fine gift since 1928. And this is a reproduction of the universe, or the infinitely great and infinitely little, a layperson's encyclopedia of the sciences, by Felix Archimedes Pouchet. So that's what the design's based off, something. So I thought it looked pretty nice, but what I get it for, it's pretty simple. As long as it's lined paper. I don't even know if you can see that. It's hard for me to see just sitting here looking at it. And I keep a list of what I've read. And occasional notes, story ideas, those sorts of things. And I've done this, the journals, I've done it for a long time, but the ones I have that have survived are from 1992 onward. The ones I had from years previous to that, I no longer have. I lost them in moves or whatever. So I needed a journal. I usually get paper composition books, but this was really cheap. And I thought it was felt good in the hand. So yeah, I got a journal, and that's, like I say, to record the occasional thought, list of books read, maybe an occasional quote. It's borderline commonplace book, but I'm not disciplined enough as a journal keeper to have it be either a commonplace book, a journal, or a diary. The other thing I got, and I've read part of this because I got this book for my public library I work at, but I wanted a copy for myself, and many of you will be familiar with this. And because it was on sale, I went ahead and grabbed it. Christopher DeHamel, The Manuscripts Club, The People Behind 1,000 Years of Medieval Manuscripts. And this thing usually goes for $50, and I got it for 30% off. I have his previous book, Meeting with Remarkable Manuscripts, which is one of my favorite books. If you're a person who likes books about books, or books about manuscripts, these are ones you might want to consider. So I was very glad to add this. It'll go right next to his other volume. What else did he write? I know he wrote a couple other books, but I don't have. Well, here's a front of this. There we go. Penguin Press, New York, 2023. So are they going to list his books? Oh, right in the back here. Yeah, so Meetings with Remarkable Manuscripts, which I have. And they don't really list his other volumes. They probably have a bibliography. I imagine he would. Yeah, it does it as notes. So as you can see, a lot of folks making comments about his work. Very glad to have this. This will just go on the shelf. I think there's a little bit of it I never finished because I got sidetracked, so I'll finish it up and then put it with my books on books. And then the other thing I got is related. This is the Bookseller of Florence, the story of the manuscripts that illuminated the Renaissance. And this is by Ross King, the author of Brunelleschi's Dome, which I have read. I have not read this. Get the inset images in color here. Oh yeah, and then they have throughout the text. So, a thrilling chronicle of intellectual ferment set against the dramatic political and religious turmoil of the Renaissance, including the fall of Constantinople to the Ottoman Turks. The Bookseller of Florence tells the story of the king of the world's booksellers, Vespasiano di Bisticci, 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 I think, at a time when all books were made by hand and the ancient wisdom of the likes of Plato and Aristotle were being rediscovered. He oversaw the production and sale of many hundreds of volumes that were also works of art in their own right. His clients were a roll call of popes, kings, and princes across Europe. Yet even as his work won him wide acclaim as Europe's most prolific merchant of knowledge, the simultaneous rise and spread of the printing press threatened the very existence of Vespasiano's livelihood and eventually eclipsed it. An ode to books and bookmaking, the Bookseller of Florence charts the world-changing shift from script to print through the life of an extraordinary man long lost to history. This, when I picked it up on the shelf, off the shelf, I didn't know about it. I don't know how I didn't know about it, or if I knew about it, I forgot about it. I just was thrilled to find it. This will go to the top of the TBR. So, yeah, Ross King is the award-winning and best-selling author of Brunelleschi's Dome, Michelangelo and the Pope's Ceiling, The Judgment of Paris, Mad Enchantment, Leonardo and the Last Supper, and Machiavelli, Philosopher of Power. And I've read quite a few of those. So they had the... So here's a page from Gutenberg's 42-line Bible. So some of this will be familiar to me, which is fine. And some of it will be new to me, I hope. And this is actually from 2021. And who's the publisher on this? Grove Atlantic. So, yeah, the Bookseller of Florence. So, did I say that right? Yeah. Very, very happy to have it. So, in addition to the scarf, which came yesterday in the mail, and then today, a little collection here. Pretty small book haul, but a quality one, I hope. We're getting in towards the new year. I have done a Heinlein 2025 announcement with that had long been in discussion with myself and Sean D. Standfast, and there's quite an array of really quality booktubers who are going to be taking part. So we'll be doing that throughout the year. I've cleaned up some of my TBR, some of my partial read books, just to clean up the end of the year. Did quite well, had a good year, even though it's been very busy. And hoping to have an even better 2025. And I hope you all do too. So thank you, BookTube.